Oh, Carden. Sorry. Sorry for the mess. Come in. Sorry if things got a little intense before.
It's alright.
It's good to see you. I was just doing some meditating before you came in.
I will be honest. I'm a bit bothered that you spared him, or didn't even try to capture him.
That's understandable, and I don't blame you for feeling that way. And I know it's a lot to ask for you to trust me on this as well.
I will try, but if he shows up again, I will be there to help you stop him.
If he goes back on his word, I would not dream of sparing him again. But I truly saw it in his eyes when I was in there. I think he wanted to stop all this. He looked old and worn down. I truly don't think he'll be back, no matter what Boss thinks about it.
If he does come back, I hope it's to aid us.
Me too. At the very least, I can say that I do trust Havy. I might be a little biased due to my personal relation with her, but she has always been. Well, she's not as far in the dark side as Valen was. And I believe that she'll be true to her word in helping us. She's more eccentric than a threat.
I think things will work themselves out.
I believe so too. If I can enlighten you a bit about some of my motivations that weren't so forthcoming to my allies, and why I didn't fight Valen. Hold on, let me turn the light on in here, it's a bit dark. That's better. I had something of an epiphany. This is gonna sound odd, but it's like I woke up from a dream during the battle. What I mean by that is it felt like I wasn't really making choices before that in the battle on Arvani. I was just kind of liquidly flowing from one thing to the next, not really thinking about my actions at all. But when confronted by Valen's voice, I don't know, I just felt like I had to make a choice. Be it for the best or the worst, I couldn't just let things play out the way they were set before me. I'm not sure if that makes any sense.
Somewhat. My life before I was stranded felt like I was just doing everything impulsively. But now, I actually think about my actions.
And Valen He says a lot of things, but something he said to me during the confrontation did, I admit, get in my head a little bit. When I told him that I wasn't going to fight him, he said he was proud that I didn't allow someone else to make the choice of whether I'd fight him or not for me.
Hmm.
I feel like since I fled from his compound when I stopped being his apprentice, it was everybody's understanding that I was going to kill him eventually. I believe that was his understanding, and I believe that was the Emperor's understanding. Hell, it was mine too. But I didn't choose that path, so I chose to walk another one.
You defied fate.
I believe this will be for the best, but I really can't say. I just ask that for now you let things play out and trust my judgment, even if the others seem reluctant to.
I believe I have the most patience out of everyone here, considering my lifespan.
Yeah, you would. You and Saber would get along. You're both pretty damn old. Him significantly more so, I think.
Yes. He's been wanting to speak to me, to learn about my species. I guess I'll take him up
Yeah,
on
that
that.
sounds like him. Can I get you anything to drink while you're here? Even a water or something?
I'm fine.
Feels kind of awkward not offering you any hospitality. Alright. Thank you for coming to see me. I was a lot back there.
From how you describe him, it sounds like he's changed.
Everybody changes whether we like it or not. I'm not
Yes.
sure if Valen has changed for the better because he wanted to improve, or if the threat Valen posed has dulled simply because of his age and his lack of will to continue. But either way, I think I did what's right. Though I'll admit, Boss and Dax's disappointment do weigh pretty heavily on me. Though I anticipated that I'd get an earful the moment I decided not to fight, it still was a little more intense than I was prepared for.
I don't think you can really tell if a decision is the correct one until after the fact. Later down the line.
Yeah.
That's true for everyone.
Uh, was that it, or did you need something?
I just wanted to speak to you and quote-unquote hang out, as people call it.
Oh, well then, don't be a stranger. We can sit on the sofas and not awkwardly stand around. Welcome to my little slice of paradise. It's not the most, but it's home.
Did you build this yourself?
I helped design it, but I left a construction company to actually put the walls and such in. Carpentry is a skill I might take up someday, though, honestly. It seems pretty calming.
You should. Building your own home is a nice experience.
I mean, you had to do it twice, so I figure you would know better than me.
Yes. I can give you pointers on how to keep things stable.
I'd like that. And maybe I could give you pointers on this hanging out thing.
I'd like that too.
So, although I said it pretty explicitly to them before, I do feel like I need to say it, blatantly. I am dating Havy, so I have a little bit of a personal bias, I admit. But I believe that she'll be faithful while ruling the Arvani Protectorate as a vanguard state.
I will warn you. If she does turn against us,
I know. Valen not letting me strike her down is actually one of the things that convinced me to spare him. There is goodness within him. If anything, I think I feel pity for him. I feel like Valen could have genuinely been a hero if he were born in different circumstances. But at every step along the way, well, I'm just saying, I feel like I could have ended up going down a very similar path to him if my own circumstances had been different. I really do pity him.
was he a Jedi once? Do you know this?
I do not know that.
Hmm.
What I do know, from personal experience, as I'd seen it, is that he was working towards a path of redemption, but when the Emperor returned, he started intentionally having Valen lead expeditions to Sith planets, allowing the presence of dark side artifacts to further corrupt him and pull him away from redemption.
Guess that
But no matter
explains
how far
things.
gone he was fair to me.
I have been reading up on him.
Waylon? That was weird.
What happened?
I could have swore I heard a knock or something. Yes, no matter how much exposure to the dark side artifacts Palpatine sent Valen to retrieve changed him for the worse. He was always fair to me, if a bit harsh. And even at the height of his fall, he still didn't let me finish Havy off.
Knock knock.
I have been reading up on him. Explains his change in behavior. Hello.
Hey,
Well, I just got
Waylon.
out of disciplinary.
I was hanging out with Cardin here. You want to join us?
Yeah, might as well.
I assume I'll probably have a turn in disciplinary sooner or later, too.
Most likely. Though mine was because of recent things with Dran.
Ah,
Irritating, but boss has made his decision.
yeah. So Cardin, you said you looked into Valen's background a bit. What did you find?
Well, I looked into what we have on file. And it does match up with he started acting more antagonistic later on.
Palpatine was intentionally corrupting him, but I think there was a goodness in him that, like I said, even at the depth of his fall, he didn't let me kill Havy. No matter how far he descended, part of him still cared about us. And as harsh as he was, I cared about him too. It might be a little ridiculous to say, but in some ways he was kind of like a father to me. I'm curious about him, so I'm going to look into Valen's past before I knew him. He talked about it sometimes, but never in great detail. That spark that prevented him from completely falling and that allowed him to spare Havy, it reminded me of my own dark side fall. It was actually Waylon here who stopped me from reaching the depths of that.
And that I don't regret a day in my life.
And I don't regret being here either.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Doctor?
Chad,
Ah! Well, hello to you too, Doctor. What the fuck?
oh, what you did?
Okay.
You, I bet all of you are fucking responsible.
For what? What are you talking about?
Not killing Valen. Someone just told me.
I was not
Cardin
there.
wasn't even there.
Conmorium, don't kill Nick.
What? What's happening? What was this about killing me? What's
These
happening?
two told me that you didn't kill Valen,
We
and you were
found
most of
out
the.
on its own.
Okay,
Oh,
leave a complaint in
push
HR.
over.
Push go. Push run.
We'll get around to responding to your complaints eventually. Leave a note with HR.
Fucking hate working for these people.
Well, that was
This sure
something.
has been an exciting past few days.
I guess it looks like Dram didn't go through with running off after all if he's still here.
Guess not.
Did you ever find out why, or is it personal?
Why Valen didn't allow me to kill Havy?
No, Dram running off.
Dram running off? Well, if he did tell Boss, he didn't tell us the exact reason, although he said it was because we clearly didn't want him here.
When I was speaking with Boss, he mentioned that Dran claimed we were unprofessional.
The Skikoan is calling us unprofessional?
I feel like it's a... I share your sentiment.
Look, Dram is brilliant. I might go as far as to even say that he verges on being a genius, but when it comes to emotional and social intelligence, sometimes he really does feel a bit like a child. I guess
I
it's
understand
probably
that.
because of how isolationist Skakoans are. Should we go see what that's about?
I suppose. I've been ordered to apologize to Dram anyway, so.
Try to
I'm
sound
not going
like
to
you
say
mean it.
that's about hypocritical. He's one of the less professional people here.
Well,
Yeah.
boss made up his mind, so nothing I can do about that. I gotta follow orders, I suppose.
I'm not going to judge him because I don't know him. That's just my impression.
What did you
What's
drink?
going on?
Bush, are you drinking random lab chemicals?
No, he was asking me how I drank coffee, and, it's really not that hard. I probably drink it the same way you do.
Oh.
I mean, not me, mostly because I don't have internal organs anymore,
Sorry,
but yeah.
I was referring to Nick. My bad.
I don't get why Kinesworthy is being such a bitch, to be honest.
Nick. Anyways, back to what we were discussing.
Discussing?
Alright.
You asked me how I drank coffee. There's no discussion to have about it. Anyway, to answer your question, apparently Kinesworthy's not exactly happy with the results we had in Ronnie.
I'm sure a lot of people aren't.
Does he have history with Valen personally? I mean, I never would have predicted
I don't believe so, but I'm sure people aren't exactly happy with the choice we made nonetheless. Speaking of choices, Dram, I do apologize for stabbing you on that last mission. It was a very unprofessional effort. So I do hope there's a way we can work together better in the future. Yes, but I don't think it really did much. He was wearing a giant suit of armor. Just more venting my frustrations about him using my name.
We got cut off in Kinesworthy when he was explaining it to me. Fucking wizards,
But nonetheless, I do apologize for what happened.
So, are we really gonna let Kinesworthy just leave like that?
I mean, if they didn't let Dram leave, I don't know if they'll let him.
He's going to Camino.
If he's just going to Camino. Well, yeah, if he's not leaving us, then yeah, they won't do much about him. Because Camino is one of our holdings.
I mean, I don't get why it was a divided thing, too. It's not like all of us were centered on not killing him. I mean, me, for example, I was very in favor of killing him.
I was
Kinesworthy is just professionally angry all the time.
Nick is just professionally stupid all the time. I'm venting all of my frustration out on you, Nick.
Alright, listen here, you goddamn celery stick.
No, you listen here, you utter buffoon. Your actions have
Enough.
caused major consequences above any regards. You have zero regards. I am not some murder-hungry green man. I have intelligence. You act upon emotions. Like a stupid Sith. You give in to your emotions too much as any other one in this group. And look what it
If I
caused. You
gave in
caused
to
a
my
madman
emotions,
who
I would have killed
multiple
him.
men away.
Dram, you have killed
No, your
multiple
exact
people.
emotions.
Alright, both of you.
Go on. Go on. Go on.
You
have
worry about us
killed
being
multiple
unprofessional.
people who did nothing wrong, including with disintegrators and other banned weapons for being war crimes against sapiens.
Was I ever told to not use these?
In his defense, he was not.
By galactic law, generally, yes.
Yes. And what's the difference between using a disintegrator on one person and using an XR-85 on another? War crimes are committed on both sides.
Well, yes, but my point is you're a fucking hypocrite for saying the reason Valen couldn't be let go is because he's done horrible things. When we do horrible things daily, letting him
It's not
go
an excuse to let
was...
him go either.
Letting
Yes,
him go
if
was not
Valen was in
emotionally
our
driven,
position
it was
and he
also
was
a
going to kill
strategic
me,
consideration.
he should have killed me. I 100% believe this.
I'm gonna go try to find Cogsworthy.
Alrighty then.
Try not to drink more lab chemicals. Alright, where
And
were
there
we?
you go again. Another foolish remark. All you
Yes,
do is
Nick, that was
berate
uncalled for.
those around you. How many times have you called me a celery head or some sort of child killer? I've never killed children.
I don't
I don't think
called
I've
you
ever
that.
called you a child. Well, actually, I did
You
once
told
when
me
I
I
said.
was gonna go find an orphanage to blow up.
Oh yes. Okay. That time I did. Okay, so the tally is 1.
And there was another time on Polis, but we won't bring back Polis. Polis was an angry time for me.
Polis was a
Yeah,
dark
you were
time for
threatening to
everyone.
nuke the
Let's not.
entire planet at the time.
Well, to be fair, a rocket was launched right next to me.
I mean, I will switch to his side real quick. Unity is a very terroristic organization. They are not very good.
Well, yeah, I get you being angry. We were all angry. Polis was not a good time for anybody in the group.
Luckily, I got to test out if my cures because I did not have that big heavy tech suit at the time that you so promptly bring up. Could block slug throwers. What do I look like to you, Nick? What do I look like to you?
Usually, a mad scientist armed to the teeth with unknowable motivations.
Let's pick out that one scientist. I'm primarily a scientist above all else. What do I the day-to-day basis?
An angry guy who commits war crimes primarily.
No, I am with you all. That's why I use the tech suit. That is why I use slightly overpowered weapons on smaller individuals. Because I myself am not a combatant. I don't have years of training behind my belt. What do I have to do against someone like Valen, besides use a giant tech suit and a colossal electro hammer against them? Because I don't know how to fight. Every day I walk into fighting, I'm scared out of my mind because every day I could die. I'm no soldier. I was forced into this position because if it wasn't me forced into this position, I would have practically been a slave for the UCS. Do you understand my plight now when I am being berated by you of all people?
I do, but I just don't get why, if you were that scared of Valen killing you, at several points when we had already decided not to fight, you pointed a sonic blaster at him, and were about to start a fight before being removed from the room.
What
Are we
am
really still
I?
arguing about this?
What am I? Silence. What am I? What am I?
Impulsive.
No, what race am I?
Skakoan.
And do you know what Skakoans do?
Create war machines primarily.
They also follow orders. We as a race are a well-oiled machine. If I'm given a command, I follow through it. I was told to kill Valen. We were all told to kill Valen. And instead, we listened to you, the most compulsive person of the entire group.
You don't know anything about me, Dram.
I know enough to know that you should not be trusted for a decision like that.
Doesn't seem.
Enough. This isn't helping anyone.
You're right. Look, we're not gonna see eye to eye on this, Dram, but I still think I made the right call.
You can stay thinking that.
If it causes personal consequences for you, if Valen comes back and causes us trouble, I will fully accept the fault for that. Hell, I'll let you shoot me with that damn sonic blaster. But I know I'm right, so it's not going to happen.
You would die.
Yes, I would bet my life that I was correct.
Okay. I'll take you up on that.
Alright. And when this information we got by sparing Valen leads us to defeating the Emperor, you're gonna owe me a big fat apology.
I'll do you one better. I'll give you my tech suit.
I don't think I could even wear that. It's designed for your anatomy.
I'll give you my HMP. How about that?
You can keep your stuff,
That's
Dram.
a
I
dime a
didn't do
dozen.
it. I didn't do it because I was like gambling. I did it because I thought I did what I thought was best for everybody. The quote reward will be us succeeding. I don't need you to bet possessions on the line.
No, I feel like it's warranted. You bet your life. I'll bet something comparable to your life. Pretty sure I have a mug over there. Sorry, that was me lashing out again.
Yeah, well, I got more meditating to do or whatever.
You guys are really dysfunctional, you know?
I mean, after that, you can kind of
Says the
assume we're gonna
smuggler
be like
who
this
we
for a
found in
while.
a jail cell.
I
Alright,
don't
knock
think
it
I-
off. Being hostile to each other is not going to help anything.
Being hostile solves all of my problems, actually.
Maybe to your enemies, but we are not enemies.
No, usually even to friends. It usually ends up them leaving me alone.
Well, preferably, we would like that to not happen.
Sounds like a good way to not have friends.
Sometimes some people need solitude.
There's
I'll leave you to
about
it.
friends.
I think you might need some solitude for now.
I think progress was made.
Yes. I could have stopped them a lot earlier, but I really felt those two needed to work things out.
Well, it's official. Kinesworthy's leaving.
I'm not too surprised. Especially Kinesworthy, once he gets his head set on something, it will happen.
Yeah, well, this isn't exactly the favorable news I had wanted, especially seeing as the fact we just found a member of Clan Scarata.
Well, I mean, if you're worried about your whole deal, he's not leaving us. He's just going to Camino. Just means you get to go visit your home if you need to talk to him.
We'll see if that ever happens.
Man, I have no idea what.
It looks like we're having a bit of I don't know the right word, but it appears everyone's being a bit hostile with each other right now.
I don't really understand it. What's done is done. We need to focus on what we're doing now.
Exactly.
Am I a part of this or what? I'm just kind of walking around.
I suppose we'll give Nick his solitude as well if he needs time to think, but
Yes.
if you need me, I'll be mulling over details in my office.
Do you need anything?
I mean, I have a lot of questions.
I mean, I'm fairly new here, but I can answer to the best of my ability.
Well, I was freed from a cell. My role here was never discussed, and I'm just here? Am I supposed to be talking to someone about something? Am I...
Well, I don't know what your role will be exactly, but if I were to guess, you would be with us on the doing dangerous missions, I guess. Depends on your skill level.
Term of having been freed from that cell? I don't know what's happening.
Well, we're at war with the Empire.
I noticed that. I've heard of the Vanguard.
And from what I gather, there's been a lot of betrayal, people siding with the Empire. Which I believe our next goal is to deal with the most powerful one.
I guess, it's just a little confusing to me. I never had any official talks with anybody about joining. It just sort of got let out of the cell and followed them, and here, and everybody's mad at each other, and...
That happens. I didn't really have much of an official talk for a while until I joined. They just stumbled upon me, like you.
Good to know it's par for the course, at least.
Yeah. Do you have any quarters yet?
No,
I guess until then you could go in the standard bunks. They're, on the bottom floor, I believe.
familiar.
If you do join us, I believe up here will be where you live. Because I live down there.
Well, I have always wanted to do something. I never felt like I could do that in the new.
Well, if you have any other questions, you can ask me or any of the others. Though, as I said, I'm new here.
Well, I appreciate you regardless. You've given me more information than anybody else has so far.